Sure,
Now, you can be on camera if you'd like to get down here in these two seats.
Okay, all right, folks. Our light's on and we're ready to go, and welcome everyone to our city council meeting. And this is sort of a kind of a rare meeting. We don't have as many folks in the audience, and we also have a very, very short agenda this evening. So would you like to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I did too.
Now we're all doing it.
Not me. Okay. With that, roll call, Holly.
Kopsinski.
Here.
Collins.
Here.
Olson.
Here.
Coburn.
Here.
Canopa.
Here.
Ellum and Johnson are excused.
Correct. Yes. Okay. And we have a couple special visitors this evening in the audience. And Wes, would you like to introduce our fellows?
It is my pleasure to introduce Rozaidi Mahat, who is a State Department fellow from Malaysia. He's a town planner who is sort of in charge of reducing his community's carbon footprint. He's visiting here until the 27th of May. His fellow is Dave Albo from the Philippines, and Dave has an amazing job. He actually manages an island that is being sort of preserved as a sanctuary. It has, you can go and kind of rough it there. It's not a resort by any means, but you might want to get to know him really well.
He gets to live there?
I don't think, you don't live on the island, no. Yeah.
Probably can if you want. Okay.
So anyway, and they're getting, there are two other fellows working over in Adair Village, and they've been getting kind of tours of the National Forest and local farms. They went to Findlay Wildlife Refuge. They're looking at how we do resource management here, conservation efforts, things of that nature, that are consistent with their own job descriptions in their own country, although obviously conserving somewhat different things. But it's been a delight to have them here. It was a lot of fun to take them to Crater Lake and to their first snow. And so we've enjoyed their company very much.
Yeah. Well, welcome. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to visit with you more, and we'll give you a tour of Albany also and show you a lot of the special places we have. But, yeah, thank you. Okay, so first item on the agenda is the proclamation. This is National Public Works Week, May 15th to May 21st, 2016. Public Works always there. Whereas the public works programs and services provided to our community are an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives. And whereas the support of an understanding and informed citizenry is vital to the efficient operation of public works systems and programs such as drinking water source, treatment and distribution, wastewater collection and treatment, stormwater management, street maintenance, traffic management, environmental and water quality services, engineering services, public transit, and airport. And whereas the health, safety, economic vitality, and livability of this community greatly depends on these services, programs, and facilities. And whereas citizens are encouraged to gain an understanding of the valuable work performed by the qualified and dedicated Public Works Department staff. Whereas 2016 marks the 56th Annual National Public Works Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association. Now therefore, I, Sharon Canopa, Mayor of the City of Albany, do hereby proclaim the week of May 15th to May 21st, 2016 as National Public Works Week in the City of Albany, and I call upon all citizens and civic organizations to acquaint themselves with the issues involved in providing our public works and to recognize the contributions which public works employees make every day to our health, safety, economic vitality, and quality of life. In witness whereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Albany to be affixed this 11th day of May 2016. So, and sort of that's nice, as the next day after we had our budget meeting last night with our Public Works Department, and which did an outstanding job in their presentation.
Thank you.
And really talking about all the programs that we do offer and all those funding sources. And Chris and Jeff did a great job last night. And so I welcome anyone to watch that budget meeting from yesterday. So if they want to learn more about all of our valuable public works programs. So, yeah, thanks. Okay, next would be communication, and this is accepting Keith Underdahl's resignation from the Parks and Recreation Commission.
Move to accept resignation and to send a thank you letter for the amount of time service.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carried. Next is business from the public, and is there anyone here this evening that would like to bring an item forward? Okay, all right, not seeing anyone. And next, council, is adoption of consent calendar, and there's only a couple items on there, but if there's anything that needs to be discussed, I'll entertain a motion.
Move for adoption of consent calendar.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carried.
I spoke too quickly.
That's fine.
Question for Captain Heinrich. I assume there were not any issues as far as the police department were concerned on the renewal of the liquor licenses? No. Okay, thank you.
Usually that's
Typically, I think there's a sign-off by the chief on that, but...
Right, then they're forwarded to OLCC from there. Okay, next is a report. So this is the approval of the Albany-Millersburg Water Intergovernmental Agreements. Chris?
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be brief. So we have two IGAs, which are updates and renewals of existing IGAs we have with the City of Millersburg. One IGA covers the joint ownership of the facilities, and it keeps the same structure and intent as the original IGA, but brings it up to date with regard to its content. The previous IGA had a lot of discussion about constructing the treatment plant and such, so it's been brought up to date. The second agreement covers the maintenance of their water distribution system, which maintains the current relationship we have with them now. We do maintain their distribution system for fees which they pay us for time and materials. The City of Millersburg, the Joint Management Committee saw these IGAs and approved them, and the City of Millersburg approved them yesterday at their council meeting, so they're here for your consideration.
I'd just like to say that it's proof positive that collaboration and talking between the communities has saved both communities money over the years, and it shows a wonderful working relationship between the communities, and I hope it can continue for another generation and more.
Any questions, or not, or?
I would move that we authorize the mayor to execute the IGAs on behalf of the City of Albany.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carried. All right, business from the council. And Ray, anything this evening? No. Floyd?
Yes, about 4:30 today, I received a phone call from an individual who identified himself as Brian Davis, Deputy U.S. Marshal, indicating I had a federal warrant out for my arrest. And that I had two choices, one criminal and one civil. And if I failed to exercise a choice while we were on the phone, an officer would show up, they'd detain me for 72 hours minimum, and if I chose to pay a bail, I could pay that bail and appear before a judge, and if he found out I had a reason for not showing up for jury duty that I was called to and did not respond, then they'd return my money. And I asked him, well, how would we do that? And he said, well, you would have to come down to the federal courthouse at 300 Southwest 4th in Albany. And I said, well, that is really interesting because there is no federal courthouse in Lynn County. And I said, in addition, I live in Benton County. He said, well, it's a federal issue. I said, I'd like to have your name again, your telephone number, and your federal identification. He said, I have to talk to my supervisor, and he never came back. So, you know.
Russian accent.
No, there was, it sounded like the back room of some mafia group with all the telephone calls going. So, to the public out there, be aware that people are on the phone trying to take your money, and they want to scare you with threats of power, and, you know, even though I knew it, like 99% sure it was, I thought, God, did I miss something in the mail? So I tried to call my favorite attorney over here. He was already in jail because he wasn't answering his phone, so. But I got a hold of the chief, and he said, no, there is a group that's making those kind of calls. And so for the general public, be aware, don't respond to them, don't fall for them. And, you know, if you feel necessary, call the police and call your attorney. But get their name, number, and identification number if you can. It showed up on my caller ID as a cell phone from Wyoming.
Really?
And that was probably spoofed.
It was probably spoofed, yeah.
Yeah. But see, you knew that about there's no federal court in Albany and, you know, in Lynn County, but there's many people that would not have been able to have connected that. And mostly a lot of seniors is what they sort of prey on, and that's what's unfortunate.
He did have my name correct. He had my address correct. Indicated he had looked up on the, whatever record the police have, that I have no criminal background. And so, well, the judge might take that into consideration. I said, well, I would hope so.
I probably shouldn't admit this, but on more than one occasion by email and a couple times by phone on similar type things, I've asked them, can you do me a favor? Well, sure. Please take yourself out of the gene pool.
I had one of them, you know, scammers, the computer one, you know, where they want you to get into your computer, and so I kind of have fun playing with them, and I just started telling them, you need to be ashamed of yourself, and, you know, and when you go home today, if you have a family, I said, I want you to ask them if they're proud of you, of the type of job you have. He hung up. But yeah, so kind of get to their heart.
You had not been called for jury duty?
Well,
Not that you're aware of.
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, if it came in the mail, I could have missed it, but I was called for jury duty over in Benton County, but I was going to be out of state at the time that they were calling me, and so I was excused. But I don't think I ever got anything to serve on a federal jury.
Okay. But I do think our courthouse qualifies as a state court of some sort, because a month or so ago, I got caught putting my seat belt on while in motion and got a $100 ticket. And I couldn't go to our city court. I had to go to the state court over in the courthouse. So it takes them forever to write a ticket going to the state court. It's really kind of pisses you off, but well, that's life in the trenches. So.
Well, when he didn't know that Albany didn't have a federal courthouse, I suspected we had a real problem.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all,
But I
Sharon.
just thought maybe, perhaps, that qualified as some kind of a federal courthouse, too.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we have two federal courthouses, one in Eugene and one in Portland.
Yeah, okay.
No one is going to call you up and try to settle with you over the phone.
Right.
They will communicate in writing with plenty of official stationery which you can call and verify for yourself.
Yeah.
If anyone asks you for money over the phone, hang up.
That
Well, I hope
message
a
needs
lot
to
of
be
the
out
public
there,
are
though.
watching and are made aware of this, so thanks for bringing it up.
I kind of
Yeah.
doubt it, but
I don't know, it's surprising. People say, oh, I saw you on TV.
Yeah.
That's, well, that's surprising. Usually the camera doesn't point over on our side.
So in the event that I'm missing for 72 hours, it might have been true.
I'll look for you, Floyd.
Yeah, look for me, would you?
Yeah, we'll come bail you out. Oh, anything else, Floyd?
No, thank you.
Okay, all right, Bill?
No.
Okay, Dick?
No.
Okay, and I didn't this evening, Wes? Okay, staff have anything? So, Oh, all right. Then with that, we have a work session May 23rd, regular session May 25th. We also have Kara next week, and we are adjourned.